Hello, everybody, and welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. Sorry, my puppy's coming over. I'm Kim, and this is a podcast where I talk about knitting, yarn, life in general, and of course, my family. Um, and most of this I do right here in my home outside of Lima, Ohio, where I live with my handsome husband, Randy, who you got to meet last week, my wonderful father in law, Ronald, my puppy dog, Ginger, who just left me, and my kitty cat Heather. Um, Today is I gotta look. I didn't leave my show notes in the right place. Today is May 9th, 2023, and this is episode 30. Yeah, this is episode 30. I don't think so. 305. And now it's not taking it. There we go. You can find me online on YouTube, Blogger, Facebook, WordPress as Naturally Kim's Knitting. Then on Ravelry, we have a podcast group for Naturally Kim's Knitting. Uh, sorry. Oh, sorry. And I'm on there as NapiersKnits. Instagram, I'm known as Knittin, KNITTIN underscore Kim. I am an affiliate with Michaels and with KnitPicks. And I do this because I offer gift cards for our craft alongs. And if people go to my show notes under Blogger and cut and paste the link, I get a couple pennies. And that I can use to pay for the prizes. See how it works? It's a nice little circle. So to go along with that, I like to let you know what's on sale at those stores or what the deals are. Right now at Michael's, the big news is you can save $10 when you spend $40. And you know when you buy yarn, it's very easy to spend $40. Then, sorry, I'm not even tired. Then on KnitPicks, they still have their bare yarn sale, 20 and then 20% off of gloss for this month. And then build your own craft pack, yarn packs, which you save 10% off of 10 or more skeins. And they have a care and blocking sale where you can get those tools that you need to care for your clothes or to block them. Things like, the wash and the squares and the pins. Those are all on sale right now. Okay, now I mentioned craft alongs a few minutes ago, and I always have two going on at the same time. They end on alternate months. There's that word I'm always looking for every podcast, and I just came up with it. So the one that ends the end of this month is our finished object craft along, and it's for April and May. So on June 1st, I lock the thread. Tried to do it first thing in the morning. It depends. Trying to fight a yawn. But what you have to do is finish an object, take a picture of it, and post it under the correct thread. And if there's a name for your pattern, please go ahead and include it. I was trying to think, did I change it for this one? I think I did. So for this craft along, the objects have to be started after April 1st and end by May 31st. Okay, then I also have right now, we just started this. I'm excited. It was one of the Lindas in the group that suggested this. So we are doing crafting with lace for May and June. I love lace knitting. So for this, had to be started after May 1st and finished by June 30th. And I will have a couple things that will fit that category. I'm so tickled. Now, in both cases, oh well, let me finish this. Once again, take a picture of your object, post it. If there's a pattern name, include it. And then when the thread is closed, I use random number generator to pick the gift card winners. So, anyways, my gift cards are from Michaels and KnitPicks, or if you would prefer, you can order a pattern, any giftable pattern, under $10. And then as long as the Ukraine war is going on, if you would like to, you could choose a pattern from Mila's Knit Corner. Okay? Um, and everybody, when you are announced, you have 2 weeks to claim your prize. Usually I give you till like the 15th. I'm so comfortable talking with you. That must be what it is. I just feel like I want to go to sleep. We've had both winners notify me so far, and I'm so happy. And like I said before, if you want to shop at Michael's or Knit Picks, use the ksnapier475.blogspot.com, and you'll have to find the correct thread, but you'll have to copy and paste it into your web browser window, whatever that's called, and it will take you to the store, and then I get a couple of the pennies from it. It takes a while to save up enough to make a difference, but I do like that you guys have used it because I got a check last week, I think it was. So that's nice. Now, what's on my needles? Well, I have been getting better with my knitting. Case in point, Soup Kitchen Sock. I was there. I started this back up last Tuesday. So I was there, and I've done this much in a week. Now, I would have preferred to have it finished, but that didn't happen. But this one, I just worked on this one, not the other one yet. So, isn't that pretty? This is just some of my scrap yarn. I don't know if I'm crazy about that, but I hope it goes along well. Yeah, I've got a little ways to go on that yet before we're ready to switch to the contrasting color. Then I thought I would have this finished. I only have 3 or 4 more rows to go. This is Wren by Tyga Hilliard. I don't want to drop my stitches. I don't know. Can you see the hearts? Yeah. And this is going to be for my granddaughter, my baby granddaughter. It wouldn't fit my other granddaughter. Sorry, Genevieve. But yeah, I love it. This was going to be a pattern test, but then I had my thumb surgery. Found out I wasn't going to be able to do as much as I thought I was going to be able to do. So, Tyga was kind enough to give me a pass on that one. Um, but then I have 2 more that I'm going to be starting as soon as I finish these rows. Anyways, nothing's finished. I was hoping that would be, but it's not. And, I've just not been able to work as fast as I would like to on them. Anyways, so what's been going on? Well, Mother's Day is coming up for those of you in America or the USA. Um, so to all of the mothers that are out there, I hope you have a good Mother's Day. I'm going to have a quiet one. We usually either go out or order in. I think I'm going to choose Olive Garden. I usually choose. I don't know. Maybe I usually choose Olive Garden, but I think we're going to go to it when we go. Ooh, that might be rough. Unless we go to first service to get there first thing. A lot of that depends on my husband does something called Pro Presenter, where they shoot the words of the hymns or um, things the pastor wants to stress or things like that. He puts them up on the screen, and if he has to do that, we have no choice. We have to stay for both services. So we may end up either celebrating it a little early or waiting a long time. I had thought about Red Lobster, but Red Lobster isn't really. I don't think I'd be able to find a whole lot on there that I could eat. I could be wrong, but I don't know. Anyways, and then my father-in-law Ronald, I told you he had a heart attack and he's getting along very well. He started his cardiac rehab today, and so they're putting him on the Pritikin diet, which I've not done that. So I'm going to have to do some reading up and everything. Pritikin program actually is what they put him on. So he brought him a book. So I think I'm going to have to read that book. because he's going to be going 3 times a week, and they're going to pick him up. I thought I was going to have to drive him, and right now it's okay. I'll tell you about that in a minute. So, but he came home and he went right back to his bedroom and he laid down. The one problem I see right now is he is cold, and I said that just makes me feel like he's not having correct blood circulation. I don't know, but anyways. Then I told you last week it's been too rainy. We weren't able to go out and get our plants. We got our plants. So today, as soon as I get this done and sent out, I'm going to work on filling up my window boxes, and I can't really plant anything outdoors. I did get myself a little pomegranate tree. I love them, but last year um, I wasn't able to keep up on it for some reason. See, I can't remember what happened last year because I was going to town weeding and everything, and then just all at once it felt like I petered off. And I didn't go to Molly's because Molly came out here. So I don't know. So, anyways, I got one of those, but I'm going to have to leave orders with my husband to mark on his phone when to water my plants because I usually end up having plants die when he's in charge of them. We were able to find two rosemary plants, but I wasn't able to find any lavender. And that makes me sad. When I get a migraine, lavender and rosemary and peppermint, those 3 things. Ah, but my lavender had a rough winter, so it didn't come up this year. So, and I know last year I showed you a picture of our blooming almond tree. Well, it's not going. We read up on it, and we realized that after a big harvest like we had last year, it doesn't produce for the next year, and the year after that, it's a mediocre harvest. So that's fine. That's fine because I still have almonds that I'm using. Now I should tell you a little bit why I'm not knitting as fast as I should be. Sunday. So I like to, since I'm on Nutrisystem diet, and I've lost 12 pounds, thank you very much. So I like to cook for them on one day. So on Sunday, we made a salmon um, fillets, and then I made Mexican meatloaf, 2 of them. And then I needed to make some 12-grain bread. Now, the way I do it, I don't have to manually knead it, but this recipe didn't call for that, and it didn't call for it to raise. However, it still came out okay. And I told my husband I'm sending him another recipe, and it has everything in it. I said, so please bring that home, because you know, for health reasons, it's better to eat a lot of grains. So, anyway, let's see. Boy, this is short. When I don't have a lot of knitting to talk about, and I haven't had a lot going on, but it's been beautiful weather. It's so nice to look out, see the trees leafing out. I look out this window and I can see the fields, and well, we have a clover field over here, and we have whatever they're planting all back here. So Anyway, so what else be going on? Nothing much. Nothing much. Oh, sorry. I forgot about some of the biggest news. I did take part of Saturday and part of Sunday to watch the coronation. I am so glad for streaming because there was no way I could get up at 2:30 in the morning. And I was talking to my husband. His mother was a very big um, royalty fan. Anything royal, she watched if she could. But I told my husband, I said, do you think your mom got up in 1953? I said, I don't know that she'd have been able to get it over here unless they had PBS or something. I said, but this one's with your mom, if she wanted to watch it live, she would have had to get up at 2:30. However, if we'd have taught her streaming, she could have watched it whenever she wanted to. So, yeah, I started it on the BBC on Saturday. And then when I went back on Sunday, they didn't have it in one big streaming thing. So I went to, I think it was Sky News, and I finished it from there. And it was interesting hearing the 2 different versions of it. But yeah, I didn't get to see the concert. They didn't stream that. That's okay. So yeah, but I whether you like royalty, whether you don't, whether you like King Charles or you don't, it doesn't matter. I liked this one lady who went up to somebody, one of the protesters, because there were protesters, if you didn't see it. And she said, "But do you know what the royals do for us?" And the lady goes, "Yes, they spend, X amount of dollars." And she goes, "No." She goes, "They may do that, but they also bring awareness to many charities and many groups through their traveling around." And she goes, "That makes people aware of it." I thought, see, I wouldn't have thought about what to say to them. I do know I saw an interview with Princess Anne where she was talking about how she has over 300 charities that she heads. And they said something about the slimming down of the royal family. And she goes, "Well, I think that was before we slimmed it down. But now that we have, I sure hope they don't slim it down anymore." She goes, "I don't have it any time." And I thought, well, yeah, I think they all pretty much are busy now. Anyways, so that's my little royalty thing. Yes, I'm an Anglophile. That's why I've been there 3 times, and I would go again. However, if I went again, I would like to go over and see the Louvre in France. I would love to go to Greece too, possibly Italy, for historical reasons. But that's what I do. When I travel, I like to see. Now, I'm not my husband. My husband will read every plaque completely before he goes on to another one. Me, I will get a general overview, look at the item, take the item in, and that's what made me interested in English history. I never had an interest until my daughter took me over there. Well, we went together. Um, and we spent for those of you who don't know, for those of you who do, I'm sorry. Um, but we spent 5 weeks and we went to, we started in England, went to, I think we went to the Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland, where we spent 10 days with a friend of hers. And then we came down through um, Republic of Ireland. Yes, because we spent a night or two there. And then we went to Wales, to north and south. And I tell you, it was such a wonderful trip. So then when I went with my husband, we didn't go quite as much because Edinburgh was most important to him. So we went to Edinburgh and then we went to London. And then when I went with my girlfriends, um, we drove, and that was different. So we stopped whenever there was something we wanted to see. But we saw, oh, so much. There's always more you want to see, you know. I've not made it down to the border yet, where I've seen where, okay, Molly and I went to where part of the wall was. But I would like to go down to some of the little villages that are right there. I don't know. It's just me. Okay, now I've talked, and I've made this rather a long, or average length one. I don't have any new pictures. My son and daughter-in-law in Indiana are traveling or working this whole month on weekends. So it looks like beginning of June before I have new pictures of that granddaughter. And then my California grandkids, they haven't had any new ones for a while. So I'm not sure what I'm putting at the beginning, but we will see. Anyways, I hope you guys all have a wonderful week. I hope all your craftiness is successful and that you don't have any mistakes. If you do, I hope they're small ones that are easy to correct. I love you. Big hugs. Take care. God bless. And I hope I see you next week. Bye bye.